Transform You Radio. You are now tuned in to Transform You Radio. You hear me? Check. I stand for what you stand for. I'm at your door like the landlord. I can see the future, yeah, I fast forward. I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me, I'm in rare form. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid. Small changes make impact. I ran for it, I stand for it, I'm not sitting back. You can leave the rat race or you can leave the trap. Come with me, let's rap. Take a trip and we back. And we'll be right back. Yeah, come with me, let's rap. Take a trip and we back. And we'll be right back. Yeah, I stand for what you stand for. Hey, I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid. Follow me, follow me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Transform You Live show, the channel that is. Today we diving into some major news. We're going to be reacting to the Breakfast Club's take on Trump's recent address at the RNC and his shocking account of an assassination attempt. More specifically, that's what the part we're going to be really looking at. We're going to listen to the whole thing. This is going to be a wild ride because there were some wild things that were said that I didn't really like. You'll hear it. You know, I'm going to stop the clips as it's being said. So grab your popcorn and let's get into it. So I'm going to roll the clip.
Morgan.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. So did y'all watch the address last night? Trump addressed the RNC. So he formally accepted the Republican nomination for president at the RNC in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It was the final day of the convention and the first time he spoke publicly since the assassination attempt on his life on Saturday at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Now, Trump took to the stage and addressed the crowd in a noticeably softer tone. His aides said he rewrote his speech following the assassination attempt. And of course, his theme was Make America Great Again. Now, Trump slammed President Biden and the current administration, calling them a failure. Let's hear more from President Trump at the RNC.
I am running to be president for all of America, not half of America, because there is no victory in winning for half of America. The current administration, we are indeed a nation in decline. What this administration, the damage that this administration has done, and I say it often, if you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of the United States, think of it, the 10 worst, added them up, they will not have done the damage that Biden has done.
Yeah, so Trump pushed back against Democrats claiming he was a threat to democracy, saying, I'm the only one saving democracy. Now, Trump laid out what the campaign says is his plan for a new golden age for America. He promised to bring down inflation and end what he called the illegal immigration crisis by closing the border. He also reiterated his claim that the wars in Ukraine and Gaza would have never happened under his watch. He spoke about inflation, saying high taxes are fueling the inflation crisis, along with what he calls the new green scam, saying he will end electric vehicle mandates and promised his policies will help the American auto worker and strengthen the military. Again, he plans to close the border, end catch and release policy, and finish building the border wall. He also added that he will reignite drilling in the U.S. and make the country less energy dependent. Let's hear more.
Drill, baby, drill.
We must get economic relief to our citizens. Starting on day one, we will drive down prices and make America affordable again. We have to make it affordable. It's not affordable. And I think everybody, as a Republican, as a patriot in this room, most Democrats, we want people to come into our country, but they have to come into our country legally. I will end every single international crisis that the current administration has created.
Well, first of all, like Trump formally accepted the Republican nomination for president at the RNC in Milwaukee. Milwaukee, my city, making headlines, first of all. I love that. I love that they did acknowledge Milwaukee, my city. But did y'all catch the part about the assassination attempt? We about to, go into that. So if you was watching, the speech, that's the part we about to get into. They about to jump into that in just a second. So Just wait on that. That is coming. That is coming.
Including the horrible war with Russia and Ukraine, which would have never happened if I was president.
I actually believe him when he says that, though. I mean, just because of how buddy he is with, Putin and, the president of China and the president of North Korea. There's a part of me that believes that, but then there's also a part of me that feels like, he would let countries like Russia have their way,
You see how they always like just throw in like these little zingers, they throw these little gotchas all the time, But that's just me. Go ahead.
Speaking of, tough stuff, he also talked about the assassination attempt on his life, saying that he was only going to tell the story.
You heard that? I'm going to play it back. He said hilarious. Hold on. Let me hear if you caught that.
Saying that he was only going to tell the story.
Heard that? He said hilarious. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, right?
He was only going to tell the story once because it's too painful. Let's hear more on his account of what happened on Saturday.
There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear. I said to myself, wow, what was that? It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place.
Yeah,
Did you know that the ear bleeds more than any part of your body?
Yeah,
That's what
he said.
that's what doctors told Trump. That's what Trump told America last night. That the ear bleeds more than any part of your body, more than your organs, more than your head. The ear. Did y'all know that?
That's what he said.
That's what he said, and he also he went on to say that he's just a special case in that regard. That he
Well, hold up. Okay, hold up. These clowns are sitting around here laughing. But Trump, he's talking about a bullet whizzing by his ear. A bullet. That's intense. That's intense, y'all. A bullet. He rewrote his speech after this intent on his life. I've been there in a war zone, and I can't imagine. Well, I can imagine because even being back home after being deployed, several years after being deployed, I had an attempt on my life. I was in my car going to meet up with a girl, and I didn't know she was still involved with this crazy guy. And this guy, he was dressed in red, had his hoodie on, and he pulled out his gun. I was on the phone texting her, and I look up. He pulls out, a semi-automatic handgun, gets to shooting at me. Luckily, my training kicked in. I was just as fast as to react, just like Trump, and I was that close of having my life taken. So I can imagine the kind of mental and spiritual resilience it takes to have an attempt on your life. It takes mental and spiritual resilience, but yet these guys are clowning him. They clowning him. You can't clown nobody after they didn't had their life almost took it. He was this close. And I'm going to rewind this back just a little bit here. There was something important he said about God. Most importantly, let's go back here. I'm going to catch that part.
Just absolutely blood all over the place.
Hold on.
Down. My hand was covered with blood. Just absolutely blood all over the place. Really, really hard on my right ear.
Hold on. Where is it?
In a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side.
There it is right there. There it is right there. He described blood pouring everywhere and feeling safe because he had God on his side. That's powerful. That's very powerful for those of us who believe in a higher power. Moments like these can really bring our faith into a sharper focus. And it really should. We shouldn't be laughing, even when we commentating on this, especially as journalists, as content creators. So this is not an opportunity to, especially if we have belief in higher power. And I have heard countless times where, especially if you're using the name Charlemagne the God, and then just hilarious. She just proclaimed herself as a Christian, but you up here joking? Why are you joking? My God. Let's continue further.
Assassination on his life. So yes, that would be described it.
The drama.
Yeah, it was. He did. He hammed it up. It was a warm and beautiful sunny day. We were so happy to be there. That's right.
Yeah, but even still, like you said, it was still an assassination attempt. So don't that. Yeah, so we'll talk more.
No, wait a minute. So Holyfield could have died when Mike Tyson hit his throat.
Shut up, yo. Shut up. Yes, that's front page news. Yes.
All right, that's enough of that. These guys are jokes, man. You know, I don't know what you guys think, but I would like to really hear you guys' reaction and your guys' thoughts in the comment sections. And I would really like to get you guys' takes and you guys' input. I really hate to keep beating this down with a bush because I know there's a lot of other content creators who are also reacting to and maybe like they got their own takes, but like this is, you know, but someone who have experienced his attempt on his life and someone who has served this country proudly and has been deployed in a war zone and seen bullets go left and right and front and back. You know, there's no laughing matter, okay? It causes PT, and Trump is one strong, tough, son of a gun. You know, he's displaying some real spiritual and mental resilience from this event. You know, regardless if you think he's capitalizing on it or not. And speaking of just his vision for a new golden age for America, quote unquote, promising to bring down inflation and end the illegal immigration crisis, big promises there. But what caught my ear, no pun intended, was his softer tone. You can tell his experience changed him, this experience, you know, at least for this speech. The media's take on this is fascinating to me. They're giving Trump a lot of grace. Some of them are after the assassination. Some of them seem like they have forgotten his past controversies, but these clowns, they seem like they aren't shifting their public perception about them, where others are speaking more volumes about how dramatic events can shift public perception. And I hope for many of you, you are given some grace to some of his past controversies. And when people talk, you know, and they were talking about that the description was so dramatic, a sunny day, wind blowing from the north, everyone happy, it's almost poetic. But seriously, he survived an assassination attempt. That's no joke. And then he talks about the ear bleeding more than any other part of the body. Did y'all know that? Well, he said his doctors told him, and now he's sharing it with America. It's these little details that makes his story so gripping. So, again, what do you guys think? Do you believe Trump's softer tone and dramatic storytelling? How do you feel about his plans for America? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're here for the first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for more reactions and deep dives into the big news and spiritual insights. Thank you for watching, and remember to stay mindful and stay inspired. Catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.
I stand for what you stand for. I'm at your door like the landlord. I can see the future, yeah, I fast forward. I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me, I'm in rare form. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid.